Prabhu, are you able to share your screen? Please check.
Yes. I'm just opening it. I had opened and it got closed.
Or you want somebody's help?
Yeah, can somebody just no, I can do it, Mother.
Okay.
Just give me one more minute.
Okay. No issues. You could get maths. You want me to get up? पहले ये उठा लेना 2 मिनट. मैं खाली बंद करके अभी उठ रही हूँ.
So meanwhile, we can just do 1 minute kirtan. Okay, everybody.
Yeah, Archana, you can do kirtan for just 2 minutes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji, can you just make me host now? Co-host? I am not able to see it. Will you do it?
Yes. So we are live on YouTube, and all the best. All over to you, Prabhu. Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, after a long time. Hare Krishna. Hope you had good time with Maharaj and had good yatra.
Yes, Mataji.
Bless us also.
Wonderful.
Please
Yes.
share some blessings. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Fortunate soul. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Slightly busy. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, Hare Krishna. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, now we can see.
Yes. So I think somebody can read Sloka.
Devotees are requested, please raise your hands to read.
Hare
and
Krishna,
recite.
Prabhuji, may I?
Please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Tupyam Vasudevaaya Dhimahi Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namaha Sankarshanaya Cha. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Somebody
Prabhuji,
can.
we have to
Yeah.
read translation and purport also.
Yes.
Mataji, Archana Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhu. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let us all chant the glories of Vasudeva along with his plenary expansions, Pratyumna, Aniruddha, and Sangarshana. Purport, Prabhuji? Should I write?
Yes, please go ahead.
Purport by
2
Srila
paras,
Prabhupada.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. According to Panjaratra, Narayana is the primeval cause of all expansions of Godhead. These are Vasudeva, Sangarshana, Pratyumna, and Aniruddha. Vasudeva and Sangarshana on the middle, left and right. Pratyumna is on the right of Sangarshana, and Aniruddha is on the left of Vasudeva, and thus the 4 deities are situated. They are known as the 4 eighths D camp of Lord Sri Krishna. This is a Vedic hymn or mantra beginning with Omkara Pranava, and thus the mantra is established by the transcendental chanting process, namely Om Namo, Dhimahi, etc.
Hare Krishna. Shanmuga Priya Mataji, please continue, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. The purpose is that any transaction either in the field of duty worker or in empiric philosophy, which is not ultimately aimed at the transactional realization of the Supreme Lord, is considered to be the useless. Naraji has therefore explained the nature of unallied devotional service by his personal experience in the development of intimacy between the Lord and the living entity by a gradual process of progressive devotional activities. Such a progressive march of transactional devotions for the Lord culminates in the attainment of loving service of the Lord, which is called prema in different variegated states called rasa states. Such devotional service is also executed in mixed forms, namely mixed with fruity work or empire philosophical speculations. Now the question which was raised by the great rishis headed by the Saunuka regarding the confidential part of Shoda's achievements through the spiritual master is explained herein by the chanting of the hymns consisting of 33 letters, and this mantra is addressed to the four deities or the Lord with this plenary expansion. The central figure is Lord Sri Krishna because the plenary expansion or is eight decamped. The most confidential part of the instruction is that one should always chant and remember the glories of the Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with these different plenary portions expanded as Vasudeva, Sankarshna, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. These expressions are the original deities for all other truths, namely either Vishnu Tattva or Sakti Tattva. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. So let us quickly chant small prayer and we'll start. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Ramanyam Dati Sadanvidam Vandeham Sri Gurum Shri Rupa Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnava Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunatamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagan Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitamcha Namo Vishnu Valaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Name Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshunnavadi Pashyatya Deshikarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurav Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna. Am I audible correctly? Hare
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna. So very wonderful purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So couple of few very important points Prabhupada is making here. As we know, Prabhupada is saying there are four Vishnus. Yes. Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. So as like normal people, they have understanding that everything comes from Vishnu. Yes. Because there are four Vishnus from which everything is coming. But the origin of this four Vishnu is Krishna. Correct? That's what we understand. Otherwise, if you see on other level, in normal people understand that everything is coming from Vishnu. Yes. So that is correct because these are the four primal forms. So from Lord Krishna, expansion Radharani, Balram, and then these four main Vishnu and all the expansions, as Prabhupada mentioned, it has come from this four deities. So that's why if you go to temple of Balaji, you find these four Vishnus, correct? There. Have anybody observed it? The four Vishnu deities are there across the Balaji temple. At least it is there in Pune, so it should be there other places also.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Yes. So that's the reason. So devotees understand that Lord Krishna is the supreme and from whom, but he is supreme. He is not actually involved into everything. He delegates. Correct? So Lord, that's why like the boss will never actually do the work. He will delegate the work. Like if you know, like page 3 people come, like we have Birla and others, they come in like Amani, they come in page 3. So they are always into enjoying mood. Their delegated people, they manage the whole business. So Krishna is a supreme, he is a proprietor, so he is not actually involved. He's always there parting with devotees, and he has kept his time for devotee. And all other work he has delegated. So he himself expands and take up the work through Vishnu. That's what the important point Prabhupada makes. And very, very important, the first line, purport is that any transaction, either in a field of fruitive work or empirical philosophy, which is not ultimately aimed at a transcendental realization of Supreme Lord, is considered to be useless. So, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that anything if you do, if it is not ultimately aiming to transcendental realization of Lord, then it does not have much of a value. Why? Because it is going to become zero. So now I am a PhD in chemical engineering, but I can't claim that in next birth I start from next to PhD. I have to again restart from the junior KG, from the A, B, C, D. So that's what the problem is. That's why Prabhupada says that once it is connected to in a way of transcendental realization, then it is no more the material thing. Correct? Krishna says spiritually what you do, I preserve what you have and I make up for what you lack. So that is a very important realization. Prabhupada is guiding us that if it is, unless it's connected, it has no meaning. When it's connected, like we have a lot of zeros. So what is, if you have 7 zeros, what is the cost of zero? Anybody can answer? The 7 zero, Padma Mataji. If you have 7 zeros, what is the cost of zero?
0 only.
Zero only. And if I put 1
Zero.
in front of that zero, what is the cost become?
10 lakhs.
1 crore.
1 crore.
1 crore.
7 zero is 1 crore. So that's what Prabhupada is trying to see. If you have a lot of other things without Krishna, so the zeros you have, the value is zero. But because you are aiming it, you are connecting it to Lord, the one is there, then its value will increase multifold.
It has value then.
Yes. It has not only value, it has multifold value. It has amazing value. So zeros, more number of zeros you have, it gives you more satisfaction. And more zeros you have without Krishna, it gives you void. 7 zeros combinedly will become big zero. That's what happen. If you see in life, people have money, they have fame, they have prestige, everything, but still the life is void, not able to relish, not able to experience that bliss. So Radhanath Swami Maharaj, once he has mentioned that he met a lot of celebrities in Hollywood, Bollywood, especially Hollywood, which are much famous than Bollywood. But he said, when I meet them, I could, they themselves has told Maharaj that Maharaj, this life is very superficial. We're not able to experience any pleasure. So that pleasure inside is main important part. So next, Narad Muni has therefore explained the nature of unalloyed devotional service. Development of intimacy between the Lord and living entity by gradual process of devotional service. So very important point. I will just make one example. Srila Prabhupada is given, like we had the child marriages before. So it was not the way we think now. The girl and boy, they were just decided that they are going to be there, marrying later. They would marry when they actually reach to the particular age. But in due course, once the girl know that she is a husband and when the husband know that she is a wife, then when the birthday is there, when something is there, they would interact. And the gradually that love would develop. And once it matured, when the particular age come, then they can see that effect. Similarly, what we are trying to do, Prabhupada is mentioning progressive devotional activities. So we have some limitation, like child marriage, there's a particular set of rules, what type of interaction you can have, correct? Because you are not matured to go to that level. So gradually we have been given Pancharataka Vidhi by Acharya. So we have to follow the activity. We have followed just a minute. Sorry. Am I audible? Yeah. So the point we're making, the Pancharatrika Vidhi, we follow the devotional service as given with a set of rules. So gradually we develop, and then that culminates into attainment of loving service. So as we grow in a path of devotion, so we'll realize by the mercy of devotees, by mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, Krishna will bestow that loving service. But we have to, like Gaurang Prabhu said, latke raho, pag jaoge. We have to live. We have to just hold to a devotional service. Now, during a course of time, you realize even holding becomes so difficult. There's so many forces around. So even holding to devotional service. So the programs, what we are doing, it is our efforts to hold together. So that what will give us strength. And the last para Prabhupada makes very wonderful point. The most confidential part of the instruction is that one should always chant and remember the glories of Lord Krishna. Yes, this is the most primary instruction. Prabhupada says a 99% of the spiritual advancement come with chanting, and 1% comprise of everything, correct? But everything is arranged to chant better, because chanting is the actual process where you are interacting with Lord personally and exclusively. Are you able to get it? So, like when you make the preparation, let's say you're making a curry, so actual thing is when you actually make the choke, that what the accuracy of choke will give the test. So whole the preparation you are doing, making the groundnut ready, the masalas ready, the chilies ready, the coconut ready, and making a preparation. It is all the preparation, but actually you are having a choke, and that will give the test. So similarly, Prabhupada is mentioning chanting is the most important part, which is on a spiritual level, which is connecting us directly to the Lord Krishna, and that is the most important activity. Others are assisting. So if you take, that's the Prabhupada is saying most confidential part of instruction. So there are many sampradayas who are not focusing, but Kali Yuga, chanting of holy name is the main essence. And especially when you do it with devotees in Dham, it has fabulous effect. As Mataji was mentioning, we are fortunate to be a part of His Holiness Sadhana Swami Maharaj Yatra in this Kartik in Mayapur. It was amazing experience. Chanting with 10,000 people in the Dham, and that too in an Audarya Dham like Mayapur. It was out of world. So that will give such a strength. So you'll continue, and with that remembrance, that experience, you will be able to chant much better. Hare Krishna. Yes, we can go to next. Yes, I'm just going to. Sorry, my net is little. Laptop is slow. Yeah. Next, who want to read? Prabhuji?
Padma Mataji will recite, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Please,
Hare
Lord.
Text 38. Iti murti abhidanena mantramurtim amurtikam yajate yajna purusham sasamyak darshana puman. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, you read translation also, Mataji. Purport
Okay.
Kusum Lata Mataji will read.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, he is the actual seer who worships in the form of transcendental sound representation, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who has no material form. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our present senses are all made of material elements, and therefore they are imperfect in realizing the transcendental form of Lord Vishnu. He is therefore worshipped by sound representation via the transcendental method of chanting. Anything which is beyond the scope of experience by our imperfect senses can be realized fully by the sound representation. A person transmitting sound from a far distant place can be factually experienced. If this is materially possible, why not spiritually? This experience is not a vague, impersonal experience. It is actually an experience of the transcendental personality of Godhead, who possesses the pure form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. In the Amarakosh Sanskrit dictionary, the word Murti carries import in twofold meanings, namely form and difficulty. Therefore, Amurtiki, Amurtikam is explained by Acharya Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura as meaning without difficulty. The transcendental form of eternal bliss and knowledge can be experienced by our original spiritual senses, which can be revived by chanting of the holy mantras or transcendental sound representations. Such sound should be received from the transparent agency of the bona fide spiritual master, and the chanting may be practiced by the direction of the spiritual master that will gradually lead us nearer to the Lord. This method of worship is recommended in the Parichara
Pancharatrika.
Panchara
Ratrika.
Panchatrika system, which is both recognized and authorized. The Pancharitrika system has the most authorized course for the transcendental devotional service. Without the help of such course, one cannot approach the Lord, certainly not by dry philosophical speculation. The Pancharitrika system is both practical and suitable for this age of quarrel. The Pancharitra is more important than the Vedanta for this modern age. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So, Srila Prabhupada mentions very nicely about the sound. So, if somebody is in a deep sleep, how can you wake up the person? We know the story of Kumbhakarna was sleeping for 6 months. So, you've seen a Ramayana, how he was woke up finally?
By beating drums and
Yes, so that was the most effective, and then the taste food was one, but the so if you are in deep sleep, the most effective way is if you can make a sound that will wake up the person. And Prabhupada is saying, just like we have a lot of when we have a sound vibration, maybe you can look at the filmy songs which are the sound which can transport you to that particular rhythm, or we can take example of a very powerful preacher. Just by sound vibration, it can transport you. You know, like His Sadhana Swami Maharaj, when he explains something, so that sound, through sound, he can transfer and make us realize to see Krishna. Like Srila Prabhupada, when the devotees draw the paintings, you have seen the painting. Like if you visited a Jew temple or all the paintings, what devotees has. Now, these devotees, they did not know anything about Krishna. Agree is correct? All Western devotees, they have not heard the name Krishna. And the painting they have made, it is amazing. All the painting you see in Krishna book, you haven't seen that such a person in this planet. I think everybody agrees with this. Yes?
yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, amazing pictures.
Even all Bhagavatam books also we can see the
Yeah, you
paintings.
can see the paintings, and you see the Indian painters. What Indian painters have done, they have taken the person of this planet and trying to pose that person in a Krishna or some Devata or Vishnu or something. Right? So you can see a sharp difference. So you cannot imagine something unless you have seen that person. But now the Prabhupada disciple, the Western disciple, they have made a painting. You can see that this person is something different. He is from other planet. We don't have any experience of seeing such a brilliant, effulgent person on this planet. Agree? Now, how it is possible? Because Srila Prabhupada himself, through the sound, he could empower them to see Krishna. So Prabhupada is saying sound is very, very powerful. Now, materially, Prabhupada just by sound, he has just told him that how Krishna looks, what is the color, what is the eyes, what is the expressions, and basically he has empowered them to see Krishna through the sound, and then they could manifest. So you can see the paintings are amazing. All the paintings, like I know one devotee from Radha Gopinath temple, his grace Haridas Thakur Prabhu. All the paintings in Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Chowpatty temple is made by him. He is a diploma mechanical guy. And you see the painting he has made. One of my friend, he has done he's an artist from JJ School of Art. So when I told him, he was amazed. He said, how it is possible? How a person who does not know anything about art technically can draw such a wonderful painting. So that is empowerment through sound. So Prabhupada mentioned, if it is possible, Prabhupada mentioned that through the distant somebody through sound you can identify, oh, this is a person. So sound is very, very powerful. So it can transcend, it can take you to the other world. So sound vibration, it is said that sound vibration stays, it does not decay, it stays. So if something has happened at some places, so the sound vibrations are there. So when you go to some holy places, because the devotees are there, the sound vibration stays. Like when we are there in Mayapur Dham, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place, you can see the Mahaprabhu is there, he's still there. But the sound vibration is so powerful, you can connect. And devotees say that you can connect, and Mahaprabhu is still doing Nitya Leela there. Advanced level, you can even see the Leela of Krishna happening there. When you see a 6.5 foot tall deities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can feel the presence, and that through the sound you can connect. Correct? Now, we are also seen in our experience. I just talk about my example. So I'll be doing a lot of nonsense thing, but just because connecting to a sound, we could realize our eternal nature, and some higher test has come by mercy of Guru and Prabhupada, so that at least you are able to give up a lot of things. Otherwise, it is not very easy to give up the basic thing what we follow. No meditating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. The basic thing. And leaving the tea and coffee, it is such a difficult job. In 1 minute, I'll tell you. Okay, better not to discuss in Bhagavatam now. But still, like once I used to get married, my father was very happy, so he would go and he said, my son is PhD, so the next part is very happy, but they say he does not eat onion garlic. So people were shocked how my girl will sustain without onion garlic. So it is not an easy thing, but just because we are in connection with the sound vibration, which is Krishna himself. So Prabhupada mentioned that Lord is there in the sound. It is not different. And that's why when you're connecting through a sound, then it has become very, very easy to give up this thing. Otherwise, it's next to impossible. I hope everybody agrees to this. It is by just mercy and being in continuous connection with the name of Lord, we'll be able to do what strength we have. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti talks about so Murti, Amaroksha. So once we are with, so Srila Prabhupada mentioned, just look at this one. Very powerful line. The transcendental form of eternal bliss and knowledge can be experienced by our original spiritual senses, which can be revived by chanting the holy name or transcendental sound vibration. So at present, what senses we have? Basically, finer senses, mind, intelligence, correct, and ego. There are three additional things we have, correct, which are the refined senses. We have gross subtle senses, correct. But now with the soul, soul also has spiritual mind intelligence and an ego. Yes, because this material senses will go with the mind, but finally this spiritual senses has to revive. Correct? So Prabhupada is saying because of transcendental form, gradually the spiritual senses also could be reset. So now we are purifying our material senses, physical senses, and gradually the spiritual senses also could realize. That's why Prabhupada says, somebody asked Prabhupada, what is my original swarup in my spiritual world? Prabhupada said, don't worry. Just continue devotional service, and at the end, Krishna will reveal you yourself. So revealing is your transcendental senses get revived to know who you are. Okay. And very important is it has to be done in a connection, transparent registry of bona fide spiritual master. And we are very fortunate that we got Srila Prabhupada, and because of in that connection, the mercy has come. So Prabhupada talks about Pancharatrika Vidhi, as we discussed before. This rules and regulation need to be followed unless we go to that level where we are so purified so that we can realize the higher truth. And in that position, like now we are deceived and we want to enjoy Rasgulla, it is going to make us more sick. Correct? But if you just follow rules, regulation, just the given treatment and given diet by the doctor, once you are through the disease, then you will be in a position, you will have sufficient strength, the test, and in that state, you will be able to enjoy actual preparation. Correct? Similarly, Pancharatrika Vidhi, what we are following, we are being diseased, correct? We are bounded by this material conditioning. So then we cannot relish even if you get something very higher. So at this point of time, we have to follow rules and regulation given by Acharya, who are like an expert doctor, and gradually as the disease go, as you become healthier, then when the bliss come, then we'll actually able to relish it and appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll go to next. Yes, Madhuri. Want to read next? Roji, want to read next? Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Meenakshi Mataji, will you recite? Who is? Oh, Ajay Kund. Please, please, Prabhuji, you go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Imam Sonigamang Brahman Avedya Madanushtitam Adan me Jnanang Aishwaryang Susmin Bhavang Chakesava.
Prabhuji, please read that
Yes,
translation also.
yes, Prabhuji.
Purport Divya Mataji will read.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Brahman, thus by the Supreme Lord Krishna, I was endowed fast with the transcendental knowledge of the Lord as inculcated in the confidential parts of the Vedas, then with the spiritual opulences, and then with his intimate loving service. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
Communion with the Lord by transmission of the transcendental sound is not different from the whole spirit, Lord Sri Krishna. It is a completely perfect method for approaching the Lord. By such pure contact with the Lord, without offense of material conceptions, numbering 10, the devotee can rise above the material plane to understand the inner meaning of the Vedic literature, including the Lord's existence in the transcendental realm. The Lord reveals his identity gradually to one who has unflinching faith both in the spiritual master and in the Lord. After this, the devotee is endowed with mystic opulence, which are 8 in number. And above all, the devotee is accepted in the confidential entourage of the Lord and is entrusted with specific service of the Lord through the agencies of the spiritual master. A pure devotee is more interested in serving the Lord than in showing an exhibition of the mystic power dormant in him. Sri Narada has explained all this from his personal experience, and one can obtain all the facilities which Sri Narada obtained by perfecting the chanting process of the sound representation of the Lord. There is no bar for chanting this transcendental sound by anyone, provided it is received through Narada's representatives coming down by the chain of disciple succession or the parampara system. Hare Krishna, Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning we have to follow the process. So, first point, Prabhupada is mentioning that Lord Krishna is non-different and transcendental sound. Purnamidam Purna. So, Krishna is Purna, complete. Correct? So, we have to understand this. It's very, very important. Krishna, the sound vibration is important, and Krishna is non-different than the name Krishna. So you always give an example that if you are thirsty and you are chanting the water, 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 after how much of chanting you will be able to quench your thirst? Anyone has experience quenching thirst with chanting water?
No, Prabhu.
Till the
Not
water,
possible.
Yeah,
till the
won't
water
get-
receives.
yes, till the water receives, you will not be able to quench your thirst. It will increase, intensify. So the problem is the water word and the water substance are different. That's why no material thing can satisfy unless actually you get union with the particular thing. Whereas spiritually, that is not the case. Lord Krishna and the Krishna sounds are same. When we say Krishna, Lord is there. He is dancing on your tongue. But when somebody say if he is dancing on your tongue, you are saying so confidently how it is that we are not able to experience it. Yes? And what may be a reason? Lord is there, but we are not able to experience. So Srila Prabhupada's example is given that we have a tongue, and on tongue there are plastic coating. On tongue you put 6 plastic coating, and then you put a rasagulla, juicy rasagulla. Will you get a taste?
No, Prabhuji.
And somebody say, oh, I'm not getting taste. Why? Because the rasagulla is there, which has all the juice and the taste and everything, made specially in Bengal from Mayapur. So we had rasagullas, which was amazing. You can't compare the taste of rasagulla in Bengal, in Mayapur, in the land of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if the coating is there, you will not be able to receive that taste. So we also have a 6 coating, correct? All the 6 anarthas. So this coating is there, and because of this coating, we are not able to get the taste. But we should have a faith that Lord and Lord's name is not different. So gradually this coating will go away. Like if you have COVID, what do you say? English? Pelia? People mention that particular.
Jaundice.
Just sorry. Thank you, Mari. Jaundice. So in the jaundice, when you have what is the solution? The sugarcane juice. But when you drink that sugarcane juice in jaundice, it tastes bitter. Bitter like Karela juice. Yes, but the solution is the same. Solution is sugarcane juice. So gradually, as you keep on pouring, gradually the disease will go away. And once the disease fully gone, then you can actually release the taste of sugarcane juice as it is. So sometimes in association we get the mercy. Lord gives you a splash where you can able to see that spirit. You can experience that bliss and then go away because the anarthas are there. But gradually it will go away. So 3 stages. So this is line I just want Muslim Pro mention. Lord reveals his identity gradual to one who has unflinching faith, both in spiritual master and in Lord. After this, the devotee is endowed with mystic opulence, which are 8 in number. So we can see an example of Srila Prabhupada, who has an unflinching faith in his spiritual master and Lord. Like Prabhupada always says that I could always feel presence of a spiritual master when he was in Western world. I know he is there with me. That's always Prabhupada would say, all the Western disciples, that I thank to my spiritual master, he has sent you. He has sent you to help me. So when the disciple comes, he was able to see that, okay, this was sent by my spiritual master. And he has such a faith when there was 2 heart attack on the Jaladuta, what Prabhupada writes, I don't know. Prabhupada says, I am the dancing doll. Lord, let me dance and get your things done. So when full surrender and having faith that he said that, Lord, I don't know what is there in the other side, but one thing I know is your mission and you have something, and let me dance and get your things done. So that a faith, when it is there, 100% surrender to spiritual master and Lord. And Prabhupada never took credit. He always says this, all credit goes to my spiritual master. It's all because of his mercy I am able to do. So that's why he said that he could see his disciple, his own disciple. Is that not my disciple? Is sent by my spiritual master to help me. So when somebody is in that mood, then everything is endowed. So Prabhupada mentioned devotees are not interested, they are interested to serving the Lord, an exhibition of mystic power dormant in him. So mystic power will come. So you can see Srila Prabhupada, whenever you can hear the press conferences, his answers are so perfect. You're amazed how Prabhupada could, anybody he deals with are so perfect. How can this mystic power, like we know that Golden Palace and Prabhupada went, he just bargained, he said, give it to me in free. And then finally in much like 100th price, they got that palace. So you can see a lot of things where Prabhupada went and the miracle happened. So that is because the devotees has, when they surrender, Krishna empowers them, but they are not never interested to show the power. What is interested? They are interested into service. So Srila Prabhupada always at the last breath, Prabhupada was interested into translating the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the mode. And Prabhupada mentioned that everything Narad Muni is saying, to Narad Muni, Prabhupada is mentioning, everything is obtained by perfect chanting of sound representation of Lord. That's why Prabhupada says everything will come. 99% of spiritual progress happen by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But when to chant? Chanting has to be done in Brahma Muhurta, with devotees, correct? In one go, 16 rounds. So my counselor is this Rasa Vigraha Prabhu. He has made a rule now that chanting has to finish by 7:30. In temple, Brahma Muhurta start by 5:30. 5:30 to 7:30, we have to sit and try to focus and complete our chanting. So I think everybody can realize, if you chant in early morning and then do other things, your life is amazing. You can feel that mercy. How many have experience when you start? You can raise your hand when you finish chanting in one sitting, 16 round, early morning. Then you can feel that bliss. Yes, anyone? Until anything you can.
Prabhuji, sometimes it's not easy to sit continuously and chant, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
So
not
halfway I
easy, I'm
get up.
saying. At least that's okay. But in one sitting, in the sense, once you start, until you finish, you don't stop.
Okay,
Hare
like that.
Krishna.
Yes. So that day you can see that bliss. You can feel that bliss.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, Mataji.
Maharaj has just taken his prasad, and
Yeah.
I was thinking if we, he can glance over everybody.
Yes, yes,
If we
please,
can
Mataji.
stop 1 minute sharing.
Yes, yes.
Dear devotees, we have with us, we have with us His Grace, His Holiness, Krishna Chaitanya Maharaj, who is
Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Maharaj, who is the disciple of His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. So, Maharaj, Prabhu, I'll stop your screen sharing
Yes,
for a
yes.
minute.
Please, please, Mataji.
Yeah. Give me a minute. So, no, we'll stop his screen sharing first, and then.
Yeah, I stop, Mataji. You can please share.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. For a minute. Start video. Yes, and now we spotlight him. Yes. Maharaj, please give your
Hare Krishna.
option. In fact,
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj was listening to your lecture, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
Dandavat
Pranam.
pranam,
Pranam,
Dandavat
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
You can address him Maharaj. He is Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam,
Pranam,
Prabhu.
Dandavat pranam Maharaj.
Jai Ho, Jai Ho. So nice to see
Hare
all of
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. So nice to hear all of you. Thank you all for the Tavakatam Ritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibritam Kalmashatmaham Shramadam Mangalam Shrimadatatam Kavibri Bhuvigunantiye Buridha Janaha. So because your kata is Amrit, it's reviving to the soul, giving happiness and reviving our dormant Krishna consciousness, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sadhya Kabanoy, Shravanadi, Shuddhachitte, Karye, Udoy, that the Krishna consciousness that's sleeping is awakening. And we're so happy to hear all of you discussing Krishna Katha and chanting Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
So wishing you all success. Thank you so much. Please
Hare
continue.
Krishna Prabhu, Hare
Thank you
Krishna
so much,
Maharaj.
Maharaj.
Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna.
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Maharaj.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much,
much.
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Maharaj.
Krishna,
Thank
you all
so
are
much.
so lucky, so fortunate.
Thank you, Mataji, for showing
Thank you,
us.
Thank you
Mataji,
so
for
much,
the
Mataji.
opportunity. Thank you so much,
Sorry,
Mataji.
Prabhu, for
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. So much grateful
and
to you.
Maharaj was listening to you. He said, very nice lecture.
Thank you, Mataji.
Please carry on. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Mataji, you are still in the Dham?
Mataji, I'm sitting next to Maharaj, so this is Dham.
Okay.
We have hosted him. We have hosted him because he is visiting Dubai. So he has come to bless us at home. We'll have small kirtan with him. That's it.
So how fortunate, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Carry on, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, can you see the screen now? Yeah, we'll go to the last.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see now.
Yeah, Prabhuji, who will read the sloka?
Mataji has raised her hand. Bhargavi Mataji, I think, yes. But Mataji, are you ready to recite sloka? Bhargavi Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You
Hare
please
Krishna.
recite sloka and then translation. Okay.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Tvam api adabra shruta vishrutam vibhoh samapyate yena vidam bubutsitam prakyahi dukkhair muhur arditatmanam sanklesha nirvanam ushanti nanyata. Sorry, Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please, therefore, describe the Almighty Lord's activities, which you have learned by your vast knowledge of the Vedas, for that will satisfy the hankerings of great learned men, and at the same time mitigate the miseries of the masses of common people who are always suffering from material pangs. Indeed, there is no other way to get out of such miseries. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Any devotees want to read the
May I,
purport? Please
Prabhuji?
come forward.
May
Please,
I,
ma.
Prabhuji?
Please.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam. Purport by Stephen Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
Sri Narada Muni, from practical experience, definitely asserts that the prime solution of all problems of material work is to broadcast very widely the transcendental glories of the Supreme Lord. There are 4 classes of good men and there are 4 classes of bad men also. The 4 classes of good men acknowledge the authority of the Almighty God, and therefore such good men, 1, when they are in difficulty, 2, when they are in need of money, 3, when they are advanced in knowledge, and 4, when they are inquisitive to know more and more about God. Intuitively take shelter of the Lord. As such, Naradji advises Vyasadeva to broadcast the transcendental knowledge of God in terms of the vast Vedic knowledge which he had already attained. As
Krishna
far as the
Mataji,
bad men are
Mataji,
concerned,
Sudha
yes, Prabhuji?
Mataji, let's continue. Sudha Mataji, she is waiting.
Okay.
Please, sorry.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay, Mata. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry, where were we? I was on my phone.
Second, Mataji. Second, as
As
far
far
as.
as the bad men.
Yes, as far as the bad men are concerned, they are also 4 in number. Those who are simply addicted to the mode of progressive fruitive work and thus are subjected to the accompanying miseries. 2, those who are simply addicted to vicious work for sense gratification and so suffer the consequence. 3, those who are materially very much advanced in knowledge but who suffer because they do not have the sense to acknowledge the authority of the Almighty Lord. And 4, the class of men who are known as atheists and who therefore purposely hate the very name of God, although they are always in difficulty. Sri Naradji advised Vyasadeva to describe the glories of the Lord just to do good to all 8 classes of men, both good and bad. Srimad Bhagavatam is therefore not meant for any particular class of men or sect. It is for the sincere soul who actually wants his own welfare and peace of mind. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Narada's Instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasadeva. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So very, very wonderful purport. Very powerful statement. The prime solution to all problem in the material world is to broadcast very widely the transcendental glories of Supreme Lord. Yes, so you should very, very confirm with this that everything. So Prabhupada say chanting the holy name, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. This is the solution to all the problems. Correct? So I think we all have experienced this. So in all the 4 categories, the first 4 categories, Prabhupada says, devotees, whatever happens, they give credit to Krishna. They acknowledge the Lord. It's the prime quality. And the 4 bad people, Prabhupada is mentioning all different kinds, and then they are saying is always suffer, they have to suffer the consequence. They're always in trouble. Correct? So material world means it always accompany with misery. You cannot take away. Correct? It's a package. Comes with pleasure and misery. Misery is more and pleasure is limited. Correct? But because we are adding Krishna, who is a master of everything, the miseries will stay, but because of Krishna, we can feel that reduces to a small grain. Yes. So I was with one of our devotee in US. This guy, at the age of 21, he has finished PhD. I took 30. So 9 years before. So I asked him that how could you do it in such a agitating atmosphere of US? So he said he is born in US, grew into that atmosphere. So he said, I started chanting when I was in 10th. And he gave a very good analogy that if you want to ride a vehicle where you can go very fast without looking at any signal, which one you prefer? Yes, anyone? You want to go very fast without looking or bothering about the signal. Which vehicle will you take?
No, Mataji. It no Prabhuji. It is
Aeroplane,
not.
It's not practical.
You take an aeroplane,
Yeah,
correct?
of course.
So you need not to worry about any of the things, and you can go very fast. So he
Yes.
said, by chanting, we elevate our consciousness. So when you go to aeroplane, the buildings and the problem on the earth stays as it is. But if you see how you see it, it looks very, 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 very small, minutely small. Problems are there as it is, but because you are able to elevate your consciousness, the problem reduces to a very, very small level. Yes. So we are not
That's
taking out the problem, but we are elevating the consciousness. Yes, Prabhuji. So that's what. And now all the problem is there. You connect all type of people to the glories of Lord. Yes. So we are now starting with a marathon. There, very wonderful point I heard. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give this mercy, this krupa, this love of God. Now, how do you give it? When you are giving the book, you are actually giving the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to that person. We are not pure to tell them a philosophy and so pure to connect them to Krishna. But book, Prabhupada says, Krishna, these words are Krishna's word. When you give that book, you are actually giving that mercy of Mahaprabhu. Yes, we are not that pure to be able to deliver someone, but books can, because it is written by Prabhupada, and Prabhupada say it is not me, it is written by Krishna. Krishna personally told me that, so Prabhupada would read his own book. So this marathon, we should be very, very focused and at least make an attempt to connect. Prabhupada say just show the book. You don't do anything, just show the book. Correct? So it's very, very important when you, that's why Prabhupada says the most, what I like, I am very pleased when you distribute my books. Correct? So as here the instruction is, the best way to relieve all the problems of this world is giving this solution by connecting them to transcendental glories of Supreme Lord. Now, how do you connect them? Through the Prabhupada books. So my request to devotees that at least whenever you get time, step out, whatever 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, just make a resolution that in marathon, I would at least put the efforts. And believe me, once the first book goes, then you can see that mercy coming in. The person will get benefited, but Lord and through Prabhupada, you will get the blessings of Krishna. Okay? So this is a very wonderful way we can connect. We don't have any credit. All credit go to Prabhupada and the books. And Mahaprabhu has put his love. He has come to distribute this fruit of Godhead to all the humanity. And outside people are suffering. People don't know. You read the second para, every category Prabhupada is saying they are suffering by all threefold miseries. So it is our duty to connect them, distribute the books. My humble request is, in this, at least make a small attempt to your neighbor, to your nephews, to your relatives. Ask them to at least take one book and read. When there's a birthdays, marriage, wedding, or anything is there, make sure that you gift. They may say कि यार इनको कुछ काम नहीं, that's okay, but we should give that book, and we inspire them to distribute books. We have Kumbh Mela is there in this month. December we have Kumbh Mela. So if people are not giving, you can take money and take it and send it for Kumbh Mela distribution. So somehow give them some pious security where they can directly get involved, indirectly get involved, and by that mercy, they will get connected to Krishna and their spiritual life will begin. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Sorry for taking the time. Very much grateful for the opportunity for
Prabhu,
small service. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what you said in Kumbh Mela, to send
Kumbh
money.
Mela, we have Kumbh Mela in December. So
Yeah,
ISKCON is planning to distribute the books. So we normally give Bhagavad Gita free on whatever they purchase, small book. So they may pay 10, 20 rupees, and for the sadhus, we give it free. So lakhs of people come. So we can ask people that we are distributing it to a sadhus. So you can please give a donation, whatever Gitas they want to do, and that money could be given to Kumbh Mela devotees where we can distribute. So depend on the type of people, this is also one of the scheme where people will be inspired to donate to distribute Bhagavad Gita.
So how do we send how and to whom do we send
Yeah, I
the
think
donation?
every temple has some plan to contribute.
Okay. So we can
Yeah.
ask our local
Yes,
temple, right?
yes. So,
Okay, that's
I
a
am
good
saying,
thing.
different way we can connect and inspire people to donate for distribution of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea also.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And please bless
Thank you,
me. I
Prabhuji.
am just speaking. I'll be also able to distribute something. But it's a very wonderful experience. You just make
Yeah.
a efforts. People, it happened like people may not take book from you, but they will take from other devotee. But at least because you have shown them a book, they will go ahead and take a book. That's also okay.
Here also
But
we do, Prabhuji. Here also
yes,
we do. Every year we do.
yeah. Thank
How
you
much
so
we
much.
can.
Yes. It's so very, very wonderful. Either we can do directly or we can support devotees with prasadam, the vehicle, whatever. So that is also a part of team. So everybody can
Ashish
contribute.
Prabhu. Yeah, Ashish Prabhu makes us do it.
Yes. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Thanks
so
to
much.
Ashish Prabhu.
Yes. Thanks to all your enthusiastic devotees. Very wonderful. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
thank
Can
you,
stop
Prabhuji, for
here?
your wonderful
Yeah.
advice.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vancha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa
Panchakalpadarubhyascha
sindhubhyascha
kripa
sindhuvyam
sindhubhyam
patitanam
pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
vaishnavebhyo
vaishnavebhyo
namo
namo
namaha.
namaha.
अनंत
अनंत
कोटि
कोटि
वैष्णव
वैष्णव वृंद
की
की
जय।
जय, श्रीला
श्रीला
प्रभुपाद की जय,
प्रभुपाद की जय।
ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय।
की जय।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.